Chapter 28, A Mild Inconvenience. Irika, can I speak with you? Kakashi asks as Team 7 and their new friends bounce off to visit Konoha's best soups ever. What is it? Asks Irika, curious. I need your help with getting Jiraiya to train Naruto, Kakashi says. I heard he is in town, but if I straight out ask him to train Naruto, then he'll make some excuse and skip town. That is a problem, says Irika. But I think I know the solution. Listen very carefully, here's what you need to do. The next morning, Kakashi arrives at the scheduled place to meet his team, only to find 3 skeletons wearing his team's clothes. The 3 skeletons are slumped against the railings of the bridge looking very dejected and forlorn. Kakashi's first thought is that his students are wearing hengas. He strides up to them, guys, no more fooling around. He trails off when he sees a note clutched in the Sasuke skeleton's hand. Carefully, Kakashi takes the note and reads it. It's been days already. The waiting is killing us. If Kakashi doesn't arrive soon, I fear we will starve. If you are reading this and we are dead, then we died waiting for our chronically late Jounin instructor. Sasuke. Time is running out, hurry up sensei, Sasuke is dying of starvation. Naruto. Why oh why must we wait here until he arrives? If we can't leave, we can't get food. The boys have already lost consciousness. Sakura. Sure enough, the pen they wrote with is in Sakura's hand. No. They can't have died. Kakashi despairs. I was only an hour late. Surely they would have come to find me, or at least had the sense to go home. Then he heard what sounded suspiciously like suppressed laughter. Stalking over to the other side of the bridge, he glares up a tree. His genin are up there giggling and chortling. They look a little too pleased with themselves. So this was a prank, he scolds. What do you think you're playing at, anyway? We told you before, scowls Sasuke. Be on time or be pranked. Get down here so I can tell you what training I've organized for the 3 of you, Kakashi orders, thoroughly annoyed. The 3 genin jump down from their tree grinning. So what are you going to teach us, then, asks Naruto. I'm not going to be teaching all of you, Kakashi tells them. Why not, demands Naruto. Because if I trained you and Sasuke together, then you would know each other's moves in the tournament. Remember, you may very well be pitted against each other in the second round. Kakashi pulls out a piece of paper and hands it to Sakura. This is your training schedule for the next month. I will check up on you every day or 2 to see how you're getting on. So you're basically just going to train the boys? Sakura snaps. That's sexism. No, it's not, says Kakashi patiently. I will not be training the boys, I will only be training Sasuke. Then who am I gonna train with? Naruto objects. I was gonna get Jiraiya to train you, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him yet, Kakashi tells Naruto. Until I've managed to drag Jiraiya out of the woodwork, you will train with Ebisu. But I don't like Ebisu. Naruto protests. Kakashi sighs. It's only temporary. You are to meet him at the hot springs about now. I don't want to train with Ebisu. Naruto whines. How come you're training Sasuke and not me, anyway? Can't you just get Itachi to train Sasuke? Yeah, agrees Sasuke. Why can't I train with Itachi? Itachi is hunting Danzo, says Kakashi, mustering all the patience he has left. I am going to train you and not Naruto, because you and I have the same chakra nature. But Naruto starts to protest again. Kakashi has had quite enough, so he picks up Sasuke, tucks him under his arm and shuns away. Most of his team's pranks were actually rather funny. But this time. But then again, how are they to know his worst nightmare is seeing them dead? When Naruto arrives at the hot springs, the first thing Ebisu says to Naruto is, "You are late." "Yeah well, Kakashi Sensei only turned up to tell me to come here about 5 minutes ago," Naruto says, wondering how best to prank Ebisu. "Well, that's not your fault, I suppose," Ebisu says, adjusting his sunglasses. "Now, Kakashi has asked me to teach you how to walk on water." "Walk on water?" Naruto is confused. "How do people walk on water?" "Yes," says Ebisu. "It is a Chunin-level chakra control exercise." "Chakra control?" Naruto pulls a face. "Like the tree climbing exercise?" "Yes, but water walking is harder because you have to adjust the amount of chakra you use to compensate for the water's movement." Ebisu makes the ram hand seal. "Watch carefully, he builds up chakra around his feet and steps onto the water." Naruto stares as Ebisu walks across the water, turning to face Naruto, smiling. "Now try to walk across the water to me." "Okay." Naruto agrees. Maybe training with Ebisu won't be so bad after all. He makes the ram seal and builds up chakra in his feet. As he steps out onto the water, he remembers the tree climbing exercise and adjusts the amount of chakra he is using to stick to the surface of the water. He wobbles, then falls straight into the water. It's hot, he jumps out as fast as he can. "A little incentive to help you train faster," Ebisu grins. "If the water's hot you won't want to fall in." Naruto glares at him. So much for training with Ebisu not being so bad. "You are so getting pranked," Naruto mutters. "What are you doing?" Ebisu shouts, striding past Naruto. Naruto turns to see who Ebisu is talking to. A man with long white hair is crouched by the wall around the girl's bathhouse, not even pretending he isn't peeking. He's even giggling and writing notes. The man turns to glare at Ebisu. "I'm researching, go away. I will not allow you to indulge in such crude behavior." Ebisu refuses to give up. The man looks at him, mildly annoyed at best. Then he summons a giant toad and flattens Ebisu. Once Ebisu is dealt with, the man simply goes back to his peeping. So this is why they call him the Orange Terror. 100 followers. Yay! Actually it's over 100 now. Pest, Konohamaru. Naruto summons Konohamaru from the secrecy of a tree. "What's up, boss?" asks Konohamaru. "I need your help with something," says Naruto. "Get me these things and meet me at my apartment in 2 hours." He hands Konohamaru a list of items. "Yes, boss." Konohamaru salutes. Then he runs off to gather the necessary items, wondering who the boss is planning to prank. Naruto seeks out the only person who can help him with the other part of the plan. "Hey, Super Bushibrow Sensei." He calls when he finds the one he is looking for. "Can I have a ton of those spandex suits of yours, but in bright pink?" "Of course you can," agrees Super Bushibrow Sensei, enthusiastically. Naruto meets Konohamaru at the appointed place and time. "You have everything?" "Yes, boss." Konohamaru says. "Good, here's the plan." Ebisu gets home tired after a long day of doing the Hokage's paperwork, while the Hokage lost another 7 matches of shogi to Irika. He is almost sorry he doesn't need to train anyone at the moment. Almost. He unlocks his apartment door, opens it and stops dead in his tracks. His house is pink. All his furniture has been covered with frilly pink throws. His bed has been remade with the pinkest bedding he has ever seen. His floor is covered with a floral pink mat. His curtains have been replaced with pink butterfly curtains. His lampshade has also been swapped out for a pink monstrosity. Ebisu dives for his closet, hoping that his clothes haven't been dyed pink. They haven't. They've been replaced with pink spandex. He dives into the bathroom. All his towels and toiletries are pink. Konohamaru, he shouts. Then he realizes there is no way that kid could have done this alone. Naruto. Chapter 29, Return of the Sage. Naruto crouches down beside Ebisu. Is he dead? It doesn't seem like it. Then is he knocked out? Naruto can only think of one sure way to find out. Hidden Leaf Secret Finger Jutsu, 1000 Years of Death. No response from that painful jutsu. Yep, he's knocked out, Naruto says to himself. That old guy might be impressive and Ebisu might be annoying, but Naruto needs a trainer. Standing and turning to the old guy, Naruto shouts, "Hey, old guy. Who the hell are you?" The old guy turns around. "Who am I?" he says, standing and assuming a theatrical pose. "I'm glad you asked," he flips his hair around. "I am Jiraiya, the mighty toad sage of Mount Myaboku." "You're my godfather?" Naruto shouts. "But you're just weird, pervy old man. I was expecting someone cool." Naruto's godfather falls over backwards, his mouth so far open Naruto bets he could fit Kakashi Sensei's entire apartment in there. "He doesn't think I'm cool." Jiraiya weeps. "Hey, wait a minute." Naruto realizes something. "If you are my godfather, then how come I never even met you or knew you existed until I broke into the secret S-rank file archive?" "I don't like kids," says Jiraiya. Then his expression changes. "What do you mean you never knew I existed? I sent you a birthday present every year. And one for when you graduated." Naruto freezes in surprise. "Those presents were from you? So you actually got them? That's good." Jiraiya looks relieved. "So, are you going to train me now?" Naruto asks. "Kakashi Sensei was gonna get you to train me for the Chunin exams. But he said he hasn't been able to contact you, or something." "No," Jiraiya refuses. "I'm not training you until after you make Chunin." "You're the worst godfather ever," Naruto pouts. "You are going to train me, or I'm gonna have to convince you." "As if you could convince me to train you before I want to," sneers Jiraiya. "As I said, I don't like kids." "Alright, I guess I'll have to start by asking nicely," Naruto decides. Making the ram hand seal he transforms. Sexy jutsu. Jiraiya stares. And stares. And salivates. And nosebleeds. And says, "She's perfect." "You're a genius, kid. So you'll help me with my training?" "Alright, but there's one condition." "What condition?" "You have to stay like that the whole time." Jiraiya doesn't bother to hide what is going on his head. His face says it all. Angry, Naruto releases the jutsu. "You are nothing but an old pervert." "I'm not just an old pervert," shouts Jiraiya. "Then what are you, pervy sage?" Naruto taunts. "I'm a super pervert," the pervy sage declares. "Just do your duty as my godfather and train me, damn it." Naruto yells back. "I didn't break into the secret S-rank file archive and learn of your existence only to have you brush me off once I finally met you." "Wait a second." Pervy sage claps his hand over Naruto's mouth. "You broke into the secret S-rank file archive? But it's protected by traps that the first Hokage himself set." "What traps?" asks Naruto, confused. "I only found a bunch of lame pranks which were super easy to disable." He shrugs. "Irakani reset them when we returned the files I stole, but they weren't anything special." "Weren't anything special." Pervy sage's mouth falls open again. "But our best Umbu couldn't." "Umbu are easier to beat than that creepy snaky man-woman thing called Orochimaru," says Naruto. "And way easier to knock out than Grandpa Hokage." Jiraiya stares at him, mouth opening and closing. "So can we train now?" Naruto asks. Yes, Jiraiya says. Try that water walking technique again. Right. Naruto looks over at the piping hot water. Do I have to do it there? Yes. Fine. Naruto takes off his jacket, pant and t-shirt. But I'm taking my clothes off in case I've fallen again. He steps out onto the water. To his surprise, walking on the water is much easier than before. He grasps hold of the concept in a few short minutes. Yes, he cheers, jumping up and down on the water. I did it. I can walk on water. Then Pervy Sage calls out, "Come here, kid. I want to teach you a cool technique now." Oh, so now you want to train me? Iruka picks Ebisu up off the paving stones. You did well, Iruka says. You may go. Who is minding your class? Asks Ebisu. I mean, I'm not minding it and neither are you, so. The Hokage is giving them a lesson in politics, says Iruka. You convinced the Hokage to watch your class? Why, yes. Why does that surprise you? Point taken. I'm going home. Ebisu wanders away. Iruka grins and shuns away to where Kakashi is attempting to convince a bratty Sasuke to settle down and train. But how do I know Naruto is actually training with a good teacher? Sasuke is demanding, arms crossed and a pout adorning his face. There's no point in my improving if my teammates won't be challenging to spar with anymore. Naruto has already mastered the water walking exercise, Iruka says, making his presence known. Kakashi and Sasuke turn to him. So how's Operation Convince Jiraiya to train Naruto going? Kakashi asks. The plan went off without a hitch, reports Iruka. Ebisu started teaching Naruto at the hot springs. He saw Jiraiya and confronted Jiraiya about his peeping. Jiraiya flattened him. Naruto checked Ebisu was still alive and started to yell at Jiraiya. After discovering who Jiraiya is, Naruto convinced Jiraiya to train him. So now will you train with me, Sasuke? Kakashi asks. Fine, agrees Sasuke. But only because I want to beat Naruto in our fight. What if Gaara beats you? Iruka asks. He won't, says Kakashi. I'm going to teach Sasuke a jutsu that can penetrate Gaara's sand shield. Chapter 30, Declaration in a Hospital. Naruto, says Pervy Sage. You have 2 sets of chakra inside you. Have you ever noticed a different chakra than the one you normally use? Well, there was that time against Haku when I got really mad, says Naruto thinking. I don't really remember what happened, but I think some strange, angry red chakra took over my body. Good, so you do know it's there, Pervy Sage nods. Are you gonna teach me how to control it? Something occurs to Naruto. Hang on, are you talking about the 9 tails chakra? Pervy Sage looks surprised. Yes, I am. So you know about the 9 tails as well, then? Yeah, can we get on with the training, already? Impatient. Naruto crosses his arms. Alright, I'm going to teach you to harness the 9 tails chakra, Pervy Sage gives in. But to do that, I need to teach you a jutsu you won't be able to do with your current chakra levels, thus forcing you to use the 9 tails chakra. Huh? Naruto only vaguely understands what Pervy Sage just said. It's like when you eat a bowl of ramen, but it doesn't fill you up properly, so you have to eat another, even bigger bowl, explains Pervy Sage. I thought I was done using food to explain things to little kids. Oh, I get it. Naruto says, understanding what Pervy Sage is saying. I have less chakra than the fox, so I need to learn to use his by doing jutsu that take more chakra than I have. Exactly, says Jiraiya. Now how would you like to learn the toad summoning jutsu? Awesome. I love toads. Before she begins her training, there is something Sakura feels she must do. So she heads to the Yamanaka flower shop. Hi Ino, she greets her friend as she walks into the shop. Hi Sakura, says Ino, who is leaning on the counter. Her general appearance mirrors Sakura's. Sticking plasters and shiny patches of ointment cover her scratches and the bites Sakura had found oddly satisfying to execute. What are you here for? I'm here for a daffodil, says Sakura. Actually, 2 daffodils, she amends. Why, are you visiting someone at the hospital? Yes, says Sakura. I was gonna visit Hinata, but I think I'll visit Lee as well. Oh, Ino says, a sad expression on her face. If you don't mind, I'd like to come with you. Sakura and Ino get their daffodils and set off to they arrive. Hinata is awake, but glum-looking. Sakura wonders if she has had any visitors yet. Hi Hinata, Sakura says, smiling. We brought you daffodils. Oh, hi is all Hinata says. Have you had many visitors? Asks Ino, giving her flower to Hinata. Just my team, Hinata says in a small voice. Her family hasn't visited her? Sakura is saddened by this news. Finding a vase, Sakura puts her flower into it and places it on Hinata's bedside table. How are you feeling? Be better. That's not much of an answer, Ino complains. I'll be in the hospital for a few more weeks, elaborates Hinata. Will you be out in time to watch Naruto kick Niji's ass for what he did to you? Sakura asks. Hinata blushes violently. Naruto is angry about what Niji did to me, she whispers. Yes, Sakura grins. He got so mad, he swore on your blood to beat some sense into Niji. And Naruto-kun cares about Emmy? Hinata stutters and promptly faints. Ino and Sakura stare at Hinata for a few surprised seconds before calling a nurse to check that Hinata is all right. After putting Ino's flower in the vase with Sakura's, they leave to visit Lee. Lee is unconscious, so they leave their daffodils in a vase on his bedside table and leave quietly. As they are walking down the hospital corridor, Sakura thinks very carefully. Finally, she comes to a firm decision. I am going to become a medical ninja. Huh? Ino sounds surprised. I will become the best medical ninja in the land of fire, no, in the entire elemental nations, Sakura declares. I will be so good, injuries like Lee's and Hinata's will be easy for me to heal. That is a promise. Night has fallen. The moon is full. Sleep is far away. And Shikaku is hungry for blood. Gaara sits on a sculpted sand fish and stares up at the moon. There is no way he is even going to be able to relax tonight. Dosu of the sound approaches him. What do you want? Demands Gaara in a tired monotone. I came to kill you, Dosu says. I was hoping to catch you napping, but since you're awake, let's fight properly. Then I will have a better chance of fighting that Uchiha boy in the finals. Gaara wonders just how stupid Dosu is. I know how your sand works, boasts Dosu. Is it faster than my sound? Gaara honestly doesn't care. He gets bloodthirsty during the full moon, Gaara comments conversationally. What are you? Dosu screams as Gaara gives in and lets Shikaku have a bit of fun with the annoying sound genin. Chapter 31, Climbing the Cliff of Life. Itachi watches, but they don't notice him. Gaara is too far away to notice him, plus he is having fun making a bloody mess with the sound genin. Hei-8 is busy focusing on not getting caught by Kabuto and the Jonin from the sand. Kabuto and the sand Jounin, his name is Baki, or so Itachi's intelligence told him, are talking about the Jinchuriki, Gaara. Is it okay for him to kill that sound genin? Baki asks of Kabuto. It is fine, the former root spy says. Wasn't he supposed to test the Uchiha boy's strength? Oh, we don't need him for that anymore, Kabuto says grinning. Gaara will test Sasuke's strength better than Dosu could have. So the plan is still going ahead? Yes, The leaf has no idea I'm a spy for the sound. They haven't gotten wind of our alliance yet either. But if they do get wind of it, our plans to crush the leaf will be ruined. This is all for show, Itachi realizes. Once they are finished, they will kill Hayate. And they know he will stay to the end to hear as much as he can. I heard you were Orochimaru's right-hand man, Baki is saying. Will he approve of you letting one of his subordinates die? Dosu was no longer useful, Kabuto replies. Itachi swirls in, grabs Hayate and swirls out, crows flying overhead. What was that? Kabuto asks, looking up at the rooftop where Itachi is silhouetted against the sky. Because he is silhouetted, they cannot see Hayate, only Itachi's outline. Leaving Hayate where he cannot be seen, Itachi flies back down to where Baki and Kabuto are standing. Tell Orochimaru that Akatsuki knows of his plans, Itachi says, and vanishes from sight in a flock of crows. In the confusion, they do not see Hayate sneak away to report to the Hokage. Itachi appears in the Hokage's presence at the same time Hayate does. Ah, Itachi, the Hokage smiles from behind his cup of tea and newspaper. You are back. Any news? And hello to you too, Hayate. What brings the two of you here at the same time? I just saved him from being killed by associates of Orochimaru, says Itachi. He overheard a staged conversation about how the sound, assisted by the sand, will invade the destroy the leaf. I have intelligence to prove that Orochimaru is behind the plot, and that he actually intends to kill you and kidnap my brother. I also discovered that Kabuto Yakushi is a spy for the sound, and Orochimaru's right-hand man, says Hayate, adding his 2 ryo worth. Interesting, the Hokage puts down his paper. Am I right in assuming that Orochimaru is also the leader of the hidden sound? Yes. Itachi keeps his answer short. That is troubling, the Hokage muses for a minute. In that case, I would like to hire a protection detail made up of Akatsuki members who have a bone to pick with Orochimaru to weed him out and stop his attack. I will see to it personally, says Itachi. Orochimaru is after my brother. Sasuke is enjoying this exercise. It seems Kakashi can be an intense trainer when he wants to be. Unfortunately, if Sasuke makes one mistake, he will fall several hundred meters and potentially die. That's just one of the hazards of climbing up a cliff with one hand behind your back. Kakashi is a few meters below Sasuke. He appears to be struggling a bit with the exercise. It seems he is a little out of shape. Sasuke reaches the top of the cliff, which is their designated training ground. He climbs up and flops down on the rocks, panting. No wonder Kakashi could stop swords with his knuckles if he did this once a day on average. A shadow falls over Sasuke, and he opens his eyes. Itachi is standing above him. Hello little brother, Itachi says. Sasuke tries to jump up and hug Itachi, only to be met with screaming muscles and explosions of pain in parts of his body he didn't know could feel pain. Don't try to move too fast, Itachi says, crouching down and patting Sasuke's forehead. Your muscles are cramping up from not being stretched properly after the exercise. This is an insane exercise, says Sasuke. But kind of fun. I used to jump off the cliff and slow my fall by stabbing the cliff face with kunai, Itachi says. This is a very useful cliff. Itachi guides Sasuke through stretching his cramped muscles. By the time they are finished, Kakashi has climbed over the top of the cliff, panting ever so slightly. Damn, I'm out of shape, Kakashi says. That actually took effort. Now that Itachi's back, can I train with him instead of you? Sasuke asks Kakashi hopefully. No. Itachi doesn't know the jutsu I'm going to teach you. And what jutsu is that, senpai? Itachi asks respectfully. Chidori. 148, 149, 150, done. Sakura halts her push-ups and sits up. Standing slowly, she goes through her post-exercise stretches. Tomorrow she would increase her push-ups, sit-ups and squats to 200 a day, her leg kicks and punches to 100 and her skipping would increase to 1,000 jumps, consecutive or non-consecutive. But right now she had a haircut appointment to get to. She had to keep those split ends under control after all. Having a quick shower to freshen up, she leaves the dojo and heads to the hairdresser's. Once there she chats to her hairdresser about training, about the Chunin exams, about the peace movement Akatsuki and the hidden rain are spreading. But when the hairdresser asks, just the usual trim today? Sakura pauses for a moment then says, actually, I want to try having short hair again. Cut it in a chin-length bob. Sakura leaves the hairdresser's a while late, her head feeling strangely light. She goes for her evening run, her hair bouncing around her face. Tomorrow she will run another block or two. After stretching she heads home. Strangely, she doesn't feel like showering again. She just wants to eat a hearty dinner and rest, maybe study some shinobi history or the medical books she brought as a precursor to learning medical ninjutsu. Tadaima. Sakura calls as she arrives home. As she is taking off her sandals, Sakura hears her mother call back, Okiri. Sakura's dad emerges from some obscure part of the house and stops short when he sees the length of Sakura's hair. What happened to your hair? He yells pointing, a look of horror on his face. Hearing the commotion, her mom appears and takes a good look at the situation. I think it looks nicer short, says Sakura's mom. Oh, should we tell him? So what do you want to know about your brother? Asks Kakashi of Itachi in their obligatory parent-teacher meeting. Or in this case, brother-teacher meeting. His progress, if he knows where babies come from, whether he still believes in cooties, how he's getting on with his team, that sort of thing, replies Itachi. Sasuke believes in cooties? Yes, sure Sui told him about them. Although it is possible someone disillusioned him. How do we tell without asking him? Does he still wear a ton of deodorant and shy away from girls for no apparent reason? Yes, actually, he does. Then he believes in cooties. What does he know of sex? He asked me what it is and I had him read this passage. Ah, that is enough to stop him asking any more questions, but not enough to actually tell him anything useful. Did you tell him anything else? Only that, yes, people do that to each other, and it's usually only people who love each other who do it. Good. My father did not want Sasuke to know anything about sex until either he got married or he turned 35. So I take it we'll be keeping Sasuke innocent? For as long as possible. Chapter 32, Damned Kitsune. Poof. A tadpole appears. Another tadpole. Pervy Sage shouts. Do you seriously have no talent for ninjutsu? I invented sexy jutsu, Naruto grouses. Yes, but that and shadow clones are the only things you can do. You can't even summon a proper toad. Are you saying just because it isn't fully grown it's not a proper toad? Does that mean you think I'm not a proper person because I'm still a kid? No. I just meant, why can't you summon something that would be useful in combat? Are we even allowed summons in the final rounds? No, but I don't care, I'm not taking the exams. Isn't there a way I can contact the fox directly to get his chakra? Jiraiya falls silent. Well, is there? Naruto demands. Yes, but it's very dangerous, Jiraiya says. Teach me. I'm gonna have to learn it at some point anyway, Naruto orders firmly, much like he sees Iruka order Grandpa Hokage about. Alright, but if you mess up it isn't my fault, Jiraiya relents. He sits down cross-legged on the ground. Sit down like this, he instructs. And focus your attention inwards. Close your eyes and enter your mind. Like when you take the icing off a cake and put it in the middle instead. Naruto does so and finds himself in a dark, watery sewer. It doesn't smell, it is simply dark and wet and badly maintained. My mind is a dump, he comments. I wonder where the old fox is. Naruto follows the sewer pipes to a large iron gate. Behind the gate it is dark. Hello? Anyone home? Naruto calles. Something stirs in the darkness. What do you want? Growls a deep voice, which booms and echoes around the large chamber Naruto is in. Are you the Nine Tails? Naruto asks. Yes, growls the voice. I am the mighty Nine Tails. Sweet, I've come to the right place then, Naruto says, grinning. So can you lend me some of your chakra so I can do this stupid jutsu and summon something other than the tadpoles I keep summoning? Stupid brat, growls the Nine Tails. You keep summoning the same tadpole. That stupid Jiraiya should have realized that. The same toad? Naruto is confused. But each time I summon, the tadpole I summon is bigger. Tadpoles grow, you idiot. Oh, you're right. I should have thought of that. Naruto laughs at himself. So why do I keep summoning the same tadpole anyway, he asks. Why do I have to explain it to you, demand the fox. Because Pervy Sage is an idiot, and you're obviously a lot smarter than him. Flattery will get you nowhere. Naruto pouts in the way that gets ramen off Irokani every time. Fine, I'll tell you, but don't think that means I like you. The fox caves faster than Irokani. When you sign a summoning contract with a group of animals, there will always be one that you are bonded to. You will be able to summon the others in the group, of course, but that one will be the one you summon unless you deliberately aim to get one of the others. It is your summon. No one else will ever have the bond the two of you had. He sounds a bit wistful when he says this. Did you used to be a summon? Naruto asks. Yes, but that's none of your business, the fox snaps. Naruto considers the information the fox has given him. So you're saying that I'm summoning the same toad because I'm bonded to that toad? Will that toad grow up with me, then? Most probably, says the fox. Now can you leave me alone? Not yet. Naruto declares, pointing at the fox. I need some chakra to summon a fully grown, giant toad. Please lend me some of yours. And why would I do that? Damn fox. You live in my body, and I want some rent out of you, so give me some of your chakra. Fine, then, agrees the fox. A misty mass of red chakra floats through the giant gate and disappears into Naruto's body. Thanks. Naruto yells and leaves his mindscape. Back in the outside world, Naruto jumps up, bites his finger drawing blood, slams his hand on the ground and yells, summoning jutsu. Boom. A cloud of smoke envelopes Naruto, and the ground beneath him trembles. When the ground stops shaking and the smoke clears, all Naruto can see below him is a vast field of bumpy red skin. As he takes this new whatever it is in, Naruto makes out a blue shirt with a kanji on the back, a head, legs, a sword, and a pipe sticking out of a giant mouth. I did it! Naruto shouts, jumping up and down on the toad's head. What the hell? Who the hell are you? The toad shouts at Naruto. Get thee off my head. Hey, I summoned you. You have to do what I say. Naruto yells back. The hell I do? Naruto thinks fast. Flattery worked on the fox, didn't it? Okay, you're a pretty huge, powerful toad, and I'd be honored if you let me be your henchman, says Naruto meekly. What can I do to convince you I'm worth to be your subordinate? You wanna be my subordinate, demands the toad. Then stay on my head, for the rest of the damn day. Sir, yes sir. Naruto salutes. Then he pulls out his favorite orange rope and ties himself to the toad. The toad then proceeds to attempt to shake Naruto off for the rest of the day. By the time the day is out, Naruto has been thrown around so much he is about to pass out. Finally, the toad stops jumping around. Fine, you can be my henchman, the toad agrees. But I'm gonna have words with that Jiraiya about letting you sign the contract without my approval. Sighing in happiness, Naruto unties his rope and slips off the toad's back. Thanks, Toad-sama. My name is Gamabunta. As Naruto slips into unconsciousness, he realizes something. In all this commotion, I totally forgot to ask your name, Nine Tails. It's Kurama. The Nine Tails voice resonates through Naruto's mind as he slips into total unconsciousness. Chapter 33, A Fake Smile. Naruto wakes up to his stomach growling. Then the smell hits him. Ah, man, I'm in the hospital, aren't I? Naruto groans. Yep, troublesome. Shikamaru is sitting on the visitor's chair beside the hospital bed. Oh, hey Shikamaru, says Naruto. Do you know how long I've been in here for? About 3 days, says Shikamaru, who is eating an apple from a rather large fruit basket. I heard you were in here and swung by after visiting Choji. He's got indigestion, so he can't have the food I brought him. I thought you'd appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Shikamaru. Naruto is genuinely touched. No one ever really brought him gifts in the hospital before. But then again, the last time he was in was before he met Irukani. He takes an apple and devours it. So, why did you stick around until I woke up? I mean, what if I stayed out for ages? I want to know what Sasuke was talking about when he mentioned that hullabaloo with the secret archive, the Umbu and Danzo. Oh, that, Naruto shrugs. I knocked out 3 Umbu, sneaked into the secret S-rank file archive, stole a couple of documents, found out about my parents and Sasuke's clan, and then me and my team yelled at the Hokage and scared Danzo out of the village. Oh, and I think Danzo is a pedo. He pauses and then adds nonchalantly, so how is your training for the Chunin exams going? I don't even know what to say to that. Shikamaru looks shocked. And I've been training with my dad. Cool, I've been training with my godfather, he's a bit stupid and a lot pervy. Naruto continues to eat the fruit Shikamaru brought him. So how's Lee doing? Ino says she and Sakura paid him a visit but he was unconscious, so none us know, really. Shikamaru looks very grim. But since you seem full of beans, maybe we should head around to his room and visit him. Sweet, let's go. Naruto jumps up and runs into the hallway. Then he stops short and asks a little sheepishly, so which way is Lee's room? Troublesome, Shikamaru mutters, slouching out of the room with his hands in his pockets. It's this way, he tells Naruto, leading him into a section of the hospital for intensive care patients. Please leave me alone, says a monotone voice from around a corner. As if, sneers a much older-sounding voice. You think you're so great, don't you? Think you can show up out of nowhere and become a genin without any formal test or training? The sound of something being knocked to the floor accompanies this last remark. Naruto and Shikamaru look at each other, a silent understanding passing between them. Together they run around the corner to see what is going on. 3 of the Leaf Genin who washed out of the Chunin exams are crowded around a boy who is much smaller than them. The boy looks about their age and has black hair. He is kneeling on the ground gathering up a small pile of books. One of the exam washouts, a sturdy-looking but rather dense teenager who had caved under the pressure of Ibiki, stoops and picks up one of the books. Hey, give that back, the boy shouts, angry. The teenager laughs cruelly, and tries to throw the book down the hallway. Unfortunately for him, he threw it towards Shikamaru and Naruto, who simply caught it. Leave this kid alone, says Shikamaru. I know you are but hurt that you did not make it past the first stage of the Chunin exams, but that is no reason to take it out on this kid. Oh, little losers who think they're big shots, huh, one of the other boys sneers. It was about 5 seconds before all 3 teenage boys were hanging from the ceiling by their underwear. Who are the losers now? Naruto jeers, dusting off his hands. Let us down. I don't think so, Naruto says, handing the black-haired boy's book back to him. Here's your book. What's your name? I'm Naruto, and this is Shikamaru. I am called Sai, says the boy, smiling a rather fake-looking smile. Your help is appreciated, but I could have taken them. I was raised in Danzo's root training program. Danzo's a pussy, says Naruto dismissively. So why are you at the hospital, anyway? I am visiting my brother, says Sai. He has a terminal illness that the doctors say only the Sannin Tsunade could hope to cure. Oh, Naruto feels bad for the kid. I hope someone finds Tsunade before it's too late to save your brother. Sai smiles his fake smile again. Thank you for your concern. You're a weirdo, says Naruto. I gotta go visit my friend Lee, see ya. He runs off, and Shikamaru follows him. Before turning the corner, he turns to smile and wave at Sai. His new friend waves back. They arrive at Lee's room a short while later. Cold killing intent is radiating from the room. Naruto dashes inside to find Gaara standing over Lee's bed. With his hand above Lee's head and his sand slowly crawling around Lee's unconscious body, Gaara is obviously trying to kill Lee. Hey! Get away from him! Naruto shouts. Shadow possession jutsu, mutters Shikamaru, casting his clan's signature jutsu and freezing Gaara in place. Chapter 34, Sons of Kage. Hey! What do you think you were trying to do to Bushibrows? Naruto demands. I was trying to kill him, Gaara says in a monotone. What? Naruto can't quite believe his ears. Why, demands Shikamaru. You already won your match against him. Do you have some sort of grudge against this guy or something? No, says Gaara calmly. I am going to kill him for no other reason than that I want to. What? Naruto shouts, enraged and confused. What sort of bastard are you? He must have had a messed up childhood, mutters Shikamaru. Look, it's 2 against 1, leave quietly or we'll have to take you down. If you get in my way, I will kill you both, Gaara says like he is talking about the time of day. Naruto, Kurama's voice booms through Naruto's mind. This boy is a Jinchuriki. He can kill you easily unless you use my power. Thanks for the heads up, says Naruto. But I won't be needing your help this time. I wanna know why he's so messed up. Aloud, Naruto says, I won't be taken down by the likes of you. Naruto, calm down, Shikamaru says, making the stand down gesture. This guy has the strength of a monster. So what, snaps Naruto. I have a real one inside me. No offense, Kurama. Idiot. Stop trying to provoke him. Shikamaru scolds. A monster, huh? Gaara says. Then you and I are the same. When I was born, I killed my mother because my father sealed the tailed beast Shikaku into me so I could become the ultimate shinobi. The word is Jinchuriki, says Naruto. My father made me one too, but that was because he had no other choice at the time. So we aren't all that different, you and I, but that doesn't explain why you feel the need to kill people for no real reason. I am the Kazekage's son, says Gaara. And when I was young my father trained me, and I was spoiled and allowed to do as I pleased. But nobody cared about me or showed me any love except my uncle Yashimaru, who raised me. For a long time I thought he was my only friend, everyone else feared and hated me. Other children would run away screaming monster whenever I tried to speak with them. My sand would move of its own accord and attack people, I could not control it. For this reason, when I was 6 years old, my father ordered Yoshimaru to kill me. He failed and I killed him. He told me my mother never loved me and that my father wanted me dead. Gaara's face twists into a grotesque smile. For the last 6 years, since I was declared a danger to my village, my father has tried countless times to kill me. What? Why? Naruto is horrified. I am too dangerous, too powerful, sneers Gaara. I was supposed to be the village's secret weapon, but I am a failure, and failures are not tolerated in the shinobi world. So I needed to find a reason to exist. And after I carved this kanji into my forehead, I decided that my reason to live would be to kill others. That is why I must kill Rock Lee. To live you need a reason, or might as well be dead. What the hell is he talking about, mutters Shikamaru. But Naruto can understand perfectly. He knows exactly where Gaara is coming from. He and Gaara are the same. To kill is the only thing that gives me any joy or satisfaction. So long as there are people left for me to kill I can go on living, Gaara continues, his face grave. There is nothing I enjoy better than taking the life of another person. So long as I can kill my existence will not vanish. He's just like me, thinks Naruto, horrified. Except I turned to pranks to gain attention. Then Irukani noticed me. And now I have my team, and the other rookies seem to be my friends as well now. But he has no one. He had to find a reason to live on his own. Could I be just like him if my circumstances were even a little bit different? What are you thinking? Kurama scolds. You are nothing like him. For one thing, you have me, not my weak, whiny brother Shikaku. Stop reminiscing and show this kid what you're made of. You're awfully chatty, Naruto sniggers mentally. He turns his attention back to Gaara. That's a pretty messed up reason to live. Naruto tells Gaara. I don't care. Gaara says manically. His sand rises up in waves around him. Shikamaru's jutsu is broken. Let me feel alive. Enough, a voice calls out from the doorway. The 3 genin turn to see Might Guy standing in the doorway. The finals are tomorrow, so unless you want to spend them in the hospital I'd advise you to stand down. Gaara's entire demeanor changes. He holds his head and makes a sound much like a dying animal would make. Then he stalks out of the door. Before he leaves he turns and says, I'll kill you guys, just you wait. The next morning, Naruto heads training ground 7 to gather his courage. He's going to need it for the exam. He will be fighting Neji first, and he has a sneaky suspicion he will need more than just pranks to fight the Byakugan user. To his surprise, Hinata is already at the training grounds. Hey, Hinata, he calls to her. Are you all healed now? Hinata jumps in fright and hides behind the training post she is standing next to. And Naruto-kun, she stammers out blushing. Why are you here? Isn't today the finals? Yeah, I know, says Naruto. I wanted to come here to reminisce, since this the place where I became a genin. He trails off. Hinata, Neji's a relative of yours, right? He asks. Yes, she says, looking miserable. And he's really strong, isn't he? Naruto says. Why yes, Hinata stammers. Then she smiles nervously at him. But I know you can beat him. Yeah. Naruto cheers, feeling his confidence come flooding back. I can beat Ambu, Neji will be no problem. Silence falls. Naruto can hear crickets chirping somewhere. Blushing Hinata says, when you cheered for me, I felt stronger. Naruto stares at Hinata in surprise. I feel better about myself because you helped me feel strong, Hinata continues. I might not seem different to you or anyone else, but I feel different. Thank you, Naruto-kun. Naruto grins at Hinata. I'm glad I could help, then he looks down, feeling embarrassed. But do you really believe I'm strong? He asks. I'm only really good at anything when I have help or I prank someone. I don't think my pranks will work very well against Niji, so I don't know how I'm gonna beat him if they don't. He stares down at the ground. When I can't prank, I'm the biggest failure. That's not true. Hinata interrupts. Even when you fail, in my eyes, you are a proud failure. When I look at you I get an intense feeling in my heart, because you're not perfect. She looks down, nervously. When you fail, you just get back up and try again, that's what makes you strong. That's why I know you can beat Niji, you will find a way. Thanks, Hinata. Naruto says. You cheered me up. You know, you're a weirdo, but I like you. See ya. As he is leaving he calls back, you better come watch me kick Niji's ass. Oh make, what a weirdo. Kushina runs after the boy who just called her ugly, hair flying around her head, chakra flared up. She knocks over the weird blonde boy who is always staring at her when she isn't looking. Tripping and falling over, she loses sight of the other little punk she was chasing. Now see what you've done, says Kushina angrily to the pansy blonde boy. I lost track of that little punk because of you. He went th that way, stammers out the blonde boy, blushing and pointing nervously to the left-hand corridor. Kushina turns and runs after her prey. Needless to say, he doesn't escape. Much later, at Ichiraku's ramen, Kushina meets the blonde boy again. He is shoveling down ramen by the bowlful. Oh, hi weirdo, she says, and plunks herself down on the chair farthest from him. Hi, Kushishina, stammers out the boy. Kushina orders her ramen, 4 bowls to start with, and starts to shovel it down. It takes Kushina a moment to realize the blonde boy is trying to talk to her. What? She demands. Spit it out. Did YYUCCC catch him, the boy stammers, blushing. Yeah, and I beat him to a pulp, Databane, crows Kushina. Ichiraku-sama, Emma need another bowl. Chapter 35, To Prank or Not to Prank. Face the crowd proudly, kids, says Hayate. You're the show's main attraction after all. The Chunin exam finalists are gathered in the center of a large arena. Hundreds of people are filing in, filling up the seats. Naruto looks up at the crowd feeling intimidated. At least he won't be alone down in the arena while he's facing Niji. Kurama might be a grumpy old coot, but at least they are on speaking terms. So, you all remember the rules from the prelims? Hayate drones and lets out a spiel of coughs. Good. The rules are the same, last one standing wins unless someone forfeits or I stop the match. He pulls out a sheet of paper. Take a good look at this. This is your new cough arrangement for the finals. So where's Dosu? Naruto asks. I get that Sasuke's running late, but how come Dosu's gone? Did he withdraw? He's dead. Cough. What? Naruto cannot contain his surprise. Okay, the first match is Niji versus Naruto, so you two stay here. The rest of you get your little butts to the waiting room. Hayate continues as if a person being dead is an everyday occurrence for him. Where is Sasuke? Sakura frets, looking around. He should be here by now. Why don't you just stop worrying about Sasuke and cheer on Naruto, asks Ino. I can do both, she says, then sees a familiar figure. Hey! Karen. Nagata-sama, she wakes them over. There's room over here. Hey, Sakura. Karen runs down to her. Behind her, a beautiful woman with an origami flower in her hair pushes Nagato's wheelchair over to where Sakura and Ino are sitting. This is Konan-sama. She's Nagato Tausen's right-hand woman and she's been training me. Konan-sama, this is Sakura. Hello, Nagata-sama, Konan-sama, replies Sakura. This my best friend Ino. Ino, Nagato and Karen are Naruto's cousins. Hello, says Ino. Karen sits down next to Sakura, and Conan sits down next to Karen. So, where's Sasuke? I thought he made it to the finals, shouldn't he be here? He's running late, says Sakura. And here I thought he'd want to watch Naruto kick the Hyuga's ass, says Karen, grinning. This is gonna be good. The match appears to be starting, says Konan-sama. Sakura turns her attention to the arena. Neji and Naruto are facing off. Neji Hyuga versus Naruto Uzumaki, declares Hey-8, his voice carrying to every corner of the stadium. Begin. Naruto assumes his taijutsu stance. What is he doing? Sakura hisses. He should prank the blighter and be done with it. So you are going to fight me then? Neji smiles. I have something I need to show you, says Naruto. He runs at Neji, who simply counters him with his gentle fist, sending Naruto to the ground. Naruto continues in this fashion for a minute or two, then makes some 20-odd shadow clones and attacks Neji with them instead. No. What are you doing? You can't fight him like that. Sakura shouts down to Naruto. Prank the bastard. Not this time, Sakura, Naruto calls back seriously. Sakura watches in horror as Naruto lets Neji beat him into the ground, over and over again. Aren't you going to fight me? Neji shouts, frustrated. I heard you took down Umbu Black Ops, made the demon of the hidden mist cry and earned the name the Orange Terror. What happened to all that strength? Strength? Naruto asks, smiling as he picks himself up off the ground. I made Zabuza cry be reminding him what it means to be human. I beat those Umbu and earned my name by pranking them. This is what I wanted to show you, without my pranks I am a loser. Just an average grade genin with big dreams. I can't hope to even stand up to my own teammates on my own power, unless I prank them. Neji's face turns to an expression of horror. What do you mean, you are nothing? There's no way someone as powerful as you could be a loser. But I am a loser, and I always will be. And you know what? I am proud that I am a loser. Naruto's shouts ring across the arena. I changed my destiny by discovering my hidden potential, the potential I have to be a master of infiltration and espionage. I am the son of the fourth Hokage who was hailed as a genius. But I am nothing but a loser in my own right. I am not defined by the fate I was designated at birth, I will rise above that. The fate of a shinobi is conflict, but I will change the world. If there is such a thing as true peace in this world, I will find it. I will change destiny. Liar. Neji shouts. No one can change destiny. What makes you believe that? It's like you've given up hope. Cough, cough. Sakura spins around, looking for the source of the desperate-sounding cough. She sees Hinata sitting a few rows away with Kiba and Akamaru. Excuse me, she says to Karen. My friend over there is not well, I need to check she is all right. She probably shouldn't be out of the hospital. I'll come with you, says Karen. I'm a medic. You know nothing. Neji is screaming from the arena. 8 trigrams. 2 palms. Sakura and Karen make their way over to Hinata, who is now doubled over with coughing. Hinata. Kiba shouts. 8 palms, 16 palms. Neji continues to batter Naruto in anger. Hinata falls to the ground. Karen runs forward and shoves her wrist into Hinata's mouth, bite down, hard. 32 palms. Hinata bites. 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Karen screams. Naruto goes flying across the arena. Chapter 36, Uzumaki is the greatest clan. Naruto pulls himself to his feet. I understand, Niji. There is pain in your heart, he says, smiling sadly. Share it with me. Tell me why you believe in fate so strongly. Tell me why you ridiculed Hinata so cruelly. Tell me what happened to you, Niji. Fine, if it is so important to you to know, I will tell you the Hyuga clan's destiny of hatred, says Niji. The Hyuga family had a jutsu which has been passed down through the main family. It is a curse seal. He reaches up and takes off his headband, revealing a mark on his forehead. This is the symbol of the caged bird, given to those with an inescapable. I was 4 years old. I was marked as a member of the branch family and sealed with this mark. On that day, a visitor from the hidden cloud came to the hidden leaf to sign a peace treaty. All the clans attended except one, the Hyuga clan. On that day, the heir of the main house, my cousin Hinata, turned 3 years old. My father, Hizashi, and Hinata's father, Hayashi, were identical twins. Because my father was born second, he was marked with the curse seal, while his brother became the clan head. On her birthday, I became a member of the branch house and was marked with the caged bird seal. The reason for this was because I was to be her bodyguard from that day forward and protect her from harm. But the seal can also be used to harm the bearer, a device used by the main house to control any branch members that step out of line. The seal can also kill the bearer, or destroy their mind if the main house wishes. And if the bearer dies, their Byakugan will be sealed away and the seal will vanish along with it. The seal is meant to protect the Byakugan from people who would wish to steal its secrets. On that day, something else happened. The man who came from the lightning to sign the peace treaty tried to kidnap Hinata for her Byakugan. Hayashi-sama discovered and killed him. The man had been after the Byakugan from the start. The cloud accused the leaf of breaking the alliance, and the leaf and cloud almost came to war. In an attempt to prevent the war, the leaf and cloud made a deal. Since the cloud was after the Byakugan, the leaf was to give them the corpse of Hayashi Hyuga. The leaf agreed to their wishes and war was avoided. But they didn't send Hayashi-sama. Niji shouts. The main family sent my father in his place, then Niji sniggers. To escape this curse there is no method but death. They were twins, their strength was equal. But their fates were decided by which one was born first, and which was born second. No one can escape the fate they were born with unless they die. Really? Naruto asks. You know, you aren't the only one with a seal that decides your fate. Come on, Kurama. Let's beat this guy. Give me some of your chakra and heal my injuries. Please. Naruto lifts up his jacket and shirt, showing the 8 trigram seal on his stomach. This is my seal, he says, grinning as Kurama's chakra fills his body and heals him. Inside it is the 9-tailed fox. My mother came to the leaf from the whirlpool just to be its container, and when she died, the lil furball was passed on to me. I keep you all safe every second I hold him inside me. My fate is to be hated and feared and scorned like every other Jinchuriki. But I will beat it. I will become the Hokage, and I will prove that the tailed beasts are not just monsters to be used for human gain. Let's kick his ass, Kurama. Laughter fills Naruto's mind. It takes him a moment to realize it is the fox laughing. They jump forward and punch Niji upside the jaw. Niji flies up into the air and comes crashing back down, landing in a crumpled heap. Naruto stalks towards Niji. I accepted what I am, that is what gave me the courage to change my fate. I failed the academy graduation 3 times because I couldn't do a simple clone jutsu. Now shadow clones are my best jutsu. I am a loser, you're a spine and face who and what you are, then change what you can before you change what it seems like you can't. Naruto watches as Niji sighs close. Sakura stares as the color come back to Hinata's cheeks. Karen's first scream was only a short one from the pain of Hinata biting her wrist. Now she sits calmly as Hinata's teeth sink into her flesh. Kiba is staring at Karen. "Who are you?" he demands. "Karen Uzumaki," says Karen. "Of the Hidden Rain." "She's Naruto's cousin," adds Sakura. "What is that power?" "This is the power I inherited from my mother, a power of the Uzumaki clan," says Karen. "My chakra is going into her body and healing her." "This is the power the grass held you captive for?" Sakura guesses, askance. Karen nods. "Only a few members of the clan had it though," she says. "It's actually a miracle anyone with it survived the destruction of the whirlpool." Hinata pulls away from Karen. Thank you, Karen-san," she stammers out. "You're welcome," says Karen. "If you're a friend of Team 7, you're a friend of mine." Down in the arena, Naruto is giving Neji a thorough talking to. "Is Naruto-kun winning?" Hinata asks. Then Hey-8 shouts, "Winner, Naruto Uzumaki." Karen jumps up and cheers, "Go the Uzumaki clan. We're the greatest." Applause and cheers fill the stadium. Sakura looks down into the arena to see Naruto standing next to a prone Neji. As she looks, she sees Naruto look up at the crowd. He smiles and waves, and after making sure the medics are taking care of Neji, he runs out of the arena into the contestants' area. "That idiot," she says, shaking her head. "Where is Sasuke?" asks a voice behind her. "Itachi." Karen shouts. "You're here too?" "Yes," says Itachi. Sakura turns and says, "As far as I know, Sasuke is still training with Kakashi Sensei." "That will never do," says Itachi. "I had better fetch him. But first, I will tell Hokage-sama to continue with the match after Sasuke's while you all wait." "Okay," says Sakura. "But please hurry before they disqualify him." Itachi nods and disperses in a flock of cawing crows. The crows fly over to the Hokage and Itachi reappears, whispers something to him and disperses again. One of the Hokage's guards shunshin into the arena, and whispers in Hai-8's ear, then shunshins back up to the Hokage. "Who was that guy?" demands Kiba. "Oh, that's just Sasuke's big brother Itachi," says Sakura. "He used to be an Umbu, now he's an Akatsuki." "He's pretty cool," says Karen. "I met him just after we arrived for the final round." Chapter 37, Lazy Slackers. Because the copy ninja is making Sasuke Uchiha run late, announces Hey-8, the Hokage has decided to allow a little extra time for him to arrive by rescheduling the matches. Hey-8 chuffs for a bit then continues. "The next match will be Shino Aburame vs Kankuro." "I forfeit," yells Kankuro. "Coward," yells Naruto. "Fine, next match." Hey-8 says, "Put out." "Why did I even bother coming up with this arrangement?" he mutters. Shino Aburame is the winner of the second match. Next match, Temari vs Shikamaru Nara. "But I don't wanna," mumbles Shikamaru. "You are not forfeiting as well." Naruto shouts and pushes Shikamaru into the arena. "Fight the Sandwoman, damn it." Troublesome. Shikamaru doesn't even bother to stand up. Temari flies down into the arena on her fan. "Let's do this." "Begin," yells Hey-8. He's probably scared that Shikamaru will quit. "Come on, Shikamaru. Get off you ass and fight." Naruto yells. Shikamaru continues to lie on the ground unmoving. The audience starts to jeer and throw things at him. "Don't tell me you're gonna quit as well," sneers Temari. "Boys are such a pain. Kick his ass, Temari." Sakura shouts. "Will do," Temari calls back to her new friend. Just as soon as he gets off it. This is troublesome," groans Shikamaru. "I suppose I should probably fight, shouldn't I? Get off that lazy butt of yours and fight me." Temari yells, charging at her lazy opponent. She slams her fan down on the place where he is lying, only to find him gone. Well, he's certainly not slow at running away. From the trees nearby, Shikamaru's voice says, "I suppose I shouldn't let myself get beaten by a girl." What was that? Temari spins to face him and sends her favorite jutsu at him, a blast of wind from her giant fan. Temari thinks fast. He's probably trying to lure her close to the shadows so he can use his shadow possession on her. Well, she isn't going to fall for it. Then, Shikamaru kneels down on one leg, puts his fingers together like an old man does when he's thinking, and closes his eyes. What the hell? Cautiously, she starts to back away. What is he playing at? The crowd is silent. Temari doesn't know how to respond. He isn't making a hand sign, so what is he doing? Is he just thinking? In that case, Temari sends another blast of air at Shikamaru in an attempt to break his concentration. A shadow burst out from underneath the dust her jutsu stirred up and snakes towards her. Temari beats a hasty retreat. The shadow gives chase. Then it stops suddenly and wobbles. It seems your jutsu has a limit, and now I know what it is, Temari grins. This match would be a piece of cake to win. You got me, Shikamaru laughs nervously. Temari. Above you. Kankuro's shout reaches Temari's ears, just as a shadow falls over her. She looks up to see Shikamaru's jacket. How did she not notice he isn't wearing it anymore? Floating above her, having been turned into a parachute by his headband and a kunai. Temaru jumps away, and the shadow chases her. She continues to back away, further and further from Shikamaru. Then the jacket parachute falls to the ground and the jutsu fails. Grinning in triumph, Temari flings another wind scythe jutsu at him. A split second later, she is frozen in place. Shadow possession jutsu, complete, says Shikamaru from behind her. At the same time, the Shikamaru in front of her disappears, leaving behind a log. What? Temari says, confused. When did you? When you cast your jutsu you closed your eyes for a split second, says Shikamaru, grinning. Just enough time for me to pull off a substitution, then he yawns. Okay, I give up. What did you just say? I said I give up. I don't have enough chakra left to go on, plus I never wanted to do this in the first place. The winner is Temari, announces Hey 8. Seriously, though, what is wrong with the exams this time, he mutters to himself. Itachi appears at the training ground. Itachi. Sasuke smiles at his brother. How late is Sensei making me? Late enough to get you disqualified, says Itachi. But I asked the Hokage to have the next match while I fetched you. Thanks, says Sasuke. Wah! Itachi scoops up Sasuke and, carrying him under his arm, shunshin to the arena. One Sasuke Uchiha, as ordered, says Itachi, dumping Sasuke at Sakura, Karen and Ino's feet. Damn. He isn't wearing cootie repellent. Thank goodness you made it. Sakura exclaims, trying to hug Sasuke. Kankuro forfeited, so now Temari and Shikamaru are having their match. She tries to hug Sasuke, but he dives out of the way. I should get to the competitors' waiting area, he says and scoots off as fast as he can. That was a close call. Since Temari and Shikamaru are still fighting, if you can call what they are doing fighting, Sasuke has time to duck into the boys' toilets and spray himself with a heavy dose of cootie repellent. He then heads calmly out to the spectators' waiting area. Sasuke, you made it. Naruto yells, jumping Sasuke. Shikamaru forfeited, so now it's your turn. He drags Sasuke down into the arena. Down in the arena, Temari is stalking out of the arena, her head in the air. She stops when she sees Sasuke. If you kill my little brother, you are dead, Uchiha, then she stalks away. Shikamaru is lazily dawdling in the general direction of the arena gate. What was that, Shikamaru, you coward? Naruto demands. Then turning to Hayate, we managed to rescue Sasuke from the chronically tardy Kakashi Sensei. He lets Sasuke go and drags Shikamaru out of the arena. A few seconds later, Gaara emerges. Now the match you've all been waiting for. Hayate announces. Gaara vs Sasuke Uchiha. Oh, make at least Fugaku will be happy with the situation. Sasuke is listening to his daughter tell him about her day. And then Boruto was all like EW cooties. Get them off me, and I told him firmly, Boruto, cooties aren't real. Everyone knows that, and he was all like, you're no fun to tease and dash. What did you just say? Interrupts Sasuke. Boruto said I'm not fun to tease? No, before that. Cooties aren't real? Sasuke stares at his daughter. Are you telling me I lived my entire childhood in fear of cooties and they aren't even real? Daddy, do you still believe in cooties? Sarada looks horrified. Not anymore, says Sasuke, crestfallen. Sure Sway lied to him? Are you sure? Absolutely sure that cooties aren't real? Cooties are just a joke that kids use to tease and scare each other. Sighs Sarada. His mind thoroughly blown, Sasuke faints. Mummy. Sarada yells out. Daddy just fainted. Sarada's mummy runs into the room. Did you blow his mind? She asks, after seeing the expression on Daddy's face. I think so, says Sarada. I told him that cooties aren't real. What other holes are there in his education, wonders Mummy. What do you mean, asks Sarada. Yesterday, I told him where babies come from. Sarada stands up. I'm going to have words with Uncle Itachi. Sarada stomps off to the park, where Uncle Itachi and Uncle Kakashi are playing shogi. Hello Sarada, says Uncle Itachi. What's up? Sarada crosses her arms. Today, I told my own father that cooties aren't real. Yesterday, Mummy told Daddy where babies come from. Why have you neglected to tell my daddy these things? She demands, tapping her foot. Uncle Kakashi stares at her, then at Uncle Itachi. Uncle Itachi facepalms. So that's what we forgot to tell him. Chapter 38, Lightning vs. Sand. Itachi is not surprised when an annoyed Kakashi Hatake appears next to him. I wasn't finished with that. Kakashi complains. I don't want my brother to be disqualified because you like to copy Obito, says Itachi. You missed Naruto's match. He can call on the fox's power now. Wah. Kakashi's face, well masked, adopts a very shocked expression. But that's not what Jiraiya was supposed to teach him. Jiraiya Sensei's in town, asks Nagato from his wheelchair. Yes, says Itachi, and shrugs. Ah, I see, Iruka manipulated him into training Naruto, Nagato nods. An impressive shinobi, that Iruka. Itachi shrugs. He was your mother's apprentice? You don't say. Itachi shrugs again. That makes sense. Kakashi Sensei. Naruto shouts, running towards him with Shikamaru following close behind. You need to stop this match. No, I don't, Kakashi says firmly. But Kurama says that Shikaku is antsier than usual and he could break free at any moment. The Sharingan can control a tailed beast, but Sasuke doesn't know that. You have to get him out of there. Who's Kurama? And who's Shikaku? Asks Kakashi. Oh, I guess you don't know, Naruto scratches his head sheepishly. Kurama is the 9 tails, and Shikaku is the 1 tails he's sealed into Gaara. Do not worry, Naruto, says Itachi. I will step in if the 1 tail gets out of hand. Okay, I guess that's okay, says Naruto. Huh? Shikamaru turns his attention to Itachi. Who are you? I am Itachi Uchiha, Itachi introduces himself. I am Sasuke's brother. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you, I suppose. Oh, yeah, Shikamaru, you haven't met my cousins. Naruto says, pulling Shikamaru over to Nagato and Karen. This is Nagato, and this is Karen. Oh, and this is Konan. Hey Konan. Hello Naruto, says Konan calmly. Troublesome Uzumaki, says Shikamaru. Naruto. Karen hugs him. Your match was so great. Guys, can we watch Sasuke's match already? Snaps Ino. They turn to the arena. Sasuke has run up the side of the arena wall and is making hand signs. You didn't teach him that, Kakashi, says the unmistakable voice of Might Guy. It's dangerous. Says the guy who taught his student the 8 inner gates, returns Kakashi, flippantly. Itachi turns to look at this new arrival, only to see. When did you clone yourself, Gai-senpai? I am Rock Lee, declares the clone. I am not Gai Sensei's clone, I am his student. His face falls. Or at least I was. You can join my club for crippled ninjas, says Nagato sympathetically. Meanwhile in the arena, Sasuke is making a perfect Chidori. But I am only a genin. That's okay. I can see you have plenty of you dash, don't say that word in front of the bushy-browed ones, Nagato Nizan. Gaara's sand is forming a perfect sphere around him. An eye appears above the sphere. What's wrong with youthful enthusiasm? You believe in the power of youth. Here, have this beautiful bodysuit, designed to bring out all you best features. Nagato touchin, if you even think about touching that, I will burn it. What's wrong with it, Karen-chan? Sasuke shoots forward, the Chidori chirping. What do you mean? It's hideous. It's not as bad as the toad outfits Jiraiya Sensei made us wear. Thank you, Konan. See, she doesn't think it's awful. Sasuke's Chidori pierces Gaara's sand shield. Dead silence fills the arena. There is a hush in the crowd, finally stopping the argument over the green spandex. Then Gaara's voice screams, blood. My blood. I can feel pain. The people around Kakashi start to fall asleep. Kai, he releases the genjutsu, seeing the other shinobi around him do the same. The genin fall prey to the genjutsu, however. All except Sakura, that is. There is something different about her, but he can't quite place it. Gaara's sand shield has completely dissolved now, but he appears to have fallen prey to the genjutsu. His siblings are jumping down into the arena. At the same time, a bomb goes off in the Kage seating area. Itachi is down in the ring with Sasuke. Guy is moving Lee into a seat. Konan has sprouted paper wings and is protecting Nagato and Karen with a paper shield. Umbu imposters leap forward, attacking the Leaf Shinobi. Kakashi and Guy move to help. The Kazekage has the Hokage held at knife point. They are on the roof, backing away from the Umbu who are slowly creeping towards them. For sound ninjas erect a barrier around themselves and the 2 Kages. Chapter 39, The Worst Punishment of All. Gaara's siblings and Jounin Sensei join Sasuke, Itachi, Gaara and Hei-8 in the arena. Gaara, the plan, says the Sand Jounin. But Gaara is on the ground, holding his head and moaning in pain. Damn it. He tried to transform too early. Temari says frantically. What do we do now? Asks Kankuro. Get him out of here, snaps their sensei. The Sand siblings follow his orders promptly. The sensei disappears out of the arena. Sasuke turns to Hei-8. What should I do? He asks, trying to sound professional, rather than confused. Go after them, little brother, says Itachi. I will ensure assistance is sent. Yes, Itachi. Sasuke heads after the Sand siblings. Kakashi Senpai. Itachi yells, he can yell? Sakura is amazed from across the arena. Sasuke is headed after the sand genins. Send him some backup. A second later, Kakashi Sensei appears next to Sakura. Sakura, I want you to get Naruto and Shikamaru and go after Sasuke. But first, summoning Jutsu, he summons a little pug dog. This is Pakken. Take him with you to the dog, he says. Be nice to my genin, Pakken. Yo, says Pakken. You use the same conditioner as me. Okay, Sakura isn't sure what to make of that. Let's wake up these losers. She bends down and releases the genjutsu on Naruto. He sits up mumbling something about ramen and Hinata with long hair. That was a nice dream, he tells Sakura. Hinata had long hair and ate like 30 bowls of ramen. It was epic. Once again, Sakura doesn't know what to say. This boy is still awake. Pakken growls. Where did you come from? Naruto yells, surprised. Kakashi Sensei summoned him, says Sakura. Then she hits Shikamaru. Get off your lazy butt. We have orders to give Sasuke back up. Why, what's Sasuke team doing? Asks Naruto. Troublesome, mutters Shikamaru. The Sand siblings fled the village. He's gone after them, explains Sakura. We have to help him capture them and bring them back to the village before they get away. Right. Naruto salutes. It's prank time. The group sets off in the general direction of where Sasuke and the Sand siblings went. They catch up with Sasuke a few seconds later. So you guys are my backup? He says when they pull up alongside him. Good, we need to get this done quickly. They catch up with the Sand siblings in the vast forest surrounding the village. Take Gaara, I'll slow these guys down. Temari tells Kankuro. Okay, Kankuro says, taking over the carrying of his brother and disappearing into the trees. I got this, guys, says Naruto. Then he pranks Temari, being careful not to offend her feminine sense of dignity. He accidentally offended a girl's feminine sense of dignity once. By the time he is finished with her, Temari is covered in flower petals, tied up with his second favorite blue rope and soaked in purple paint, to which the flower petals are sticking happily. Watch Temari for us, Shikamaru. And no napping. Troublesome. Complains Shikamaru and sinks to the ground next to Temari. Let's move out, Sasuke orders, leading his team and Pakken after Kankuro. They catch up to Kakuro fairly quickly. Get out of here, Gaara, Kankuro tells his brother. Gaara scoots off, and Kankuro attempts to hold his ground. Emphasis on the attempt. It was a good attempt, too. Unfortunately, it was only an attempt. It didn't prevent him from being doused in glue and covered with cat fur, then stuck in fake cat ears and a fake tail. Nor did his attempt to stand his ground stop Naruto from tying him up in a net made of puppets. All the same, he made an effort, and the effort is what counts, right? Naruto continues on with Sasuke, leaving Sakura and Pakken to guard Kankuro. What do we do about Gaara? Asks Sasuke. He flipped out when I drew blood. Any idea what's wrong with him? He's a Jinchuriki like me, says Naruto. But unlike me, he doesn't have anyone who loves him, or taught him how to love. He's what I could have been if I didn't have Irukani and you guys. That's a scary thought, says Sasuke. But what do you mean, no one loves him? I think it's obvious his siblings do. I mean, they know what you can do and they still tried to buy him time to escape just now. And you heard Temari before my match, right? She made it clear she would never forgive me if I hurt her little brother. Naruto considers this. You know, I think it's about time someone pointed out to Gaara that what he needed all this time was living in the same house as him, leaving undies in weird places and complaining about his sand. They can see Gaara up ahead now. Sasuke, I want you to stay out of this fight. Why? Demands Sasuke. Because he is like me, so this is my fight, says Naruto gravely. If I need you, I'm counting on you to be there, but otherwise stay out of it and don't let anyone interfere. All right, Sasuke nods and lands on a tree branch, ready to watch the fight. Itachi heads towards the barrier around the Hokage and the Kazekage. Actually, no. That's Orochimaru. Of course it's Orochimaru. Itachi strides up to one of the sound nines holding up the barrier. Then he casts his Tsukuyomi on the unfortunate genin. He falls over in a dead faint. 72 hours listening to a 3-year-old Sasuke singing head, shoulders, knees and toes will have that effect. The barrier fails and the assembled Umbu jump on the other 3 sound ninjas. Itachi strides up to Orochimaru. What's this I hear about you wanting Sasuke's young, beautiful body, he demands. So I refuse you and you go after my little brother? You pedophile. Orochimaru does the smart thing and gets the heck out of the hidden leaf before Itachi can cast his Tsukuyomi. Omake Naruto is sitting at Ichiraku Ramen eating his second bowl. Soon he will order his third bowl. Hinata arrives and sits down. But there is something odd about her. Her hair is long. Like really long. Waist length, in fact. It looks nice. Hi Hinata. Naruto greets her. I like your hair. Tea thanks, Naruto, says Hinata. Then she orders tea the usual. As Naruto is savoring his fourth bowl, he looks over to Hinata to see how she is going. She has 5 bowls stacked beside her, and a 4th on the go. Her stack of bowls is perfectly tidy, and there is not a single spill on her face or clothes or the counter around her. Wow, Hinata, says Naruto. I didn't know you ate a decent amount of ramen. Oh. Hinata blushes. I'm just getting started. Cool, says Naruto, and goes back to his ramen. By the time he is on his 6th bowl, Hinata is on to her 16th. By the time he is finished eating his 10 bowls, Hinata has downed 29, and is politely consuming her 30th. Hinata, says Naruto in awe. I think you might be the most perfect girl alive, Databeo. Hinata blushes bright red and faints. Chapter 40, Papa Bear Shikaku. Gaara sees Naruto step out of the trees. Gaara. Naruto challenges. This fight will be you and me and our Bijou and my summons, he bites his thumb. Summoning Jutsu. A small toad appears. Hey, you aren't a tadpole anymore. Naruto says. But I was trying to summon Gamabunta. Do you have any snacks? Asks the toad. Gamabunta's my dad, I'm Gamakichi. Gaara facepalms. If you must fight me, at least summon a decent toad. Hey, don't diss my bonded summon. Naruto snaps back. I forgot I need Kurama's help to summon the big toads. Gaara feels a strong desire to bang his head against a wall. There are no walls around, so he makes do with a rather hard tree. Just smash him to pieces. Roars Shikaku. Okay, agrees Gaara. For once he feels no bloodlust, just frustration. He sends his sand at Naruto and the little toad. Naruto yelps, scoops up the toad and jumps out of the way. Then Naruto tries to prank Gaara. Tries. The pranks don't make it past the sand. Damn it. Naruto yells. My dad would say hashtag 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 it, adds the toad. Your dad. Naruto facepalms. Then summons a toad the size of a bijou. The hashtag 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 is going on here, demands the toad. That's a nice mouth that toad's got, comments Shikaku. Let me out, I don't want him swearing like that in front of my little Jinchuriki. Alright, agrees Gaara. But since when did you care about me? Stupid human, mutters Shikaku, dismissing the question. Gaara lets Shikaku out and they beat up the toad for a bit, Shikaku yelling, "Don't you dare use that kind of language in front of my Jinchuriki." Then the toad turns into the nine-tailed fox. Naruto manages to jump onto Shikaku's head and breaks the jutsu by headbutting Gaara. The sand never saw it coming. Next thing Gaara knows, the toads are gone and he is tied up in an orange rope and is wearing a pair of fake raccoon ears, a fake raccoon tail and a lot of leaves. "I need to have a very serious talk with you," says Naruto, crossing his arms. "Leave me alone," snaps Gaara. "Tell me, are you completely alone? Does anyone care about you?" Naruto demands. "I already told you, I have no one, that's why I was able to get strong," explains Gaara. "I have no one, so no one can hold me back." "Wrong." Naruto slaps Gaara. "You have two siblings who will risk their lives to protect you. They love you, Gaara. And when they stopped to face me in order to give you the chance to get away, they knew they would fight losing battles. But they fought me anyway. And before your fight with Sasuke, do you know what Temari said to him?" Gaara shakes his head. "She said, if you kill my little brother, you are dead. Your sister will protect you. As your sister, not your bodyguard. So you are wrong, you don't have no one. You have them." Gaara stares up at Naruto. His mind flashes back to times when his siblings were annoyed with him, or afraid of him. For the first time he sees, at those times, they had good reason to be annoyed or afraid. He did threaten to kill them on a regular basis, after all. And he did leave sand all over the house. And it is his fault the washing machine broke. "And about your strength," continues Naruto. "It isn't your strength, it is Shikaku's. As strange as it sounds, he is there for you too. So, is the chakra inhabiting the sand in the gourd? Whose chakra is it anyway?" Naruto shrugs. "My strength comes from my desire to protect others. I get stronger when I protect others, not myself. Think about this, Gaara. Think about it long and hard." Then Naruto drags him away, back to the village, stopping to collect his similarly trussed-up siblings on the way. On the roof of the Chunin exams arena, Itachi and the Hokage stand, watching the Akatsuki, who all have a grudge against Orochimaru and therefore all came to kick his butt, capture the sand and sound ninjas. Although admittedly, quite a few of the sound were dead and most of the sand surrendered when they saw Sasori. In the midst of the fray, Jiraiya and his toads were fighting the snake summons who had appeared in the village. Suigetsu appears on the roof beside Itachi. "Hey Itachi," he says excitedly. "Look over there." Itachi looks in the direction Suigetsu is pointing, as does the Hokage and the assembled Umbu. They see a toad the size of a bijou fighting, well, a bijou. The toad assumes the form of the nine tails and subdues the bijou. "Is that Jiraiya Sensei over there?" asks Konan, flying down to land beside Itachi. "No, Jiraiya's over there," says Kisame, appearing nearby. He points to where Jiraiya and his toads are fighting the last of Orochimaru's summons. "The battle is won," reports Sasori, gliding up to the group on the roof. Deidara jumps down beside him, and lets his clay bird explode. The sound and sand are totally subdued. The sand surrendered once they learned their Kazekage did not order the invasion, reports Kakazu, appearing beside the Hikage. "When do we get paid? I have made many sacrifices for the glory of Jashin," boasts Haiden, leaping onto the roof, covered in blood and holding his left arm in his right hand. "Can you reattach this for me, please, Kakazu?" "I hope you only killed Sound Ninja like our contract says Lord Pain as the 6 paths of pain appear on the roof with the steadily growing group. Nagato wheels up, being pushed by Karen. "So the mission was a success, then?" he asks. "Not quite," admits Itachi. "I scared off Orochimaru too quickly to get any information out of him. That's a pity. Hey guys. Naruto and his team are back with Sasuke and the Sand Siblings. We caught the Sand Sibs. The Akatsuki burst into laughter at the young ninjas' appearances. The three young ninjas blush in embarrassment. Who summoned the giant toad, asks the Hokage. Oh, I did, says Naruto. With Kurama's help, of course. Gaara's sand made it pretty hard to prank him. Then his whole face lights up. Pervy Sage. Did you see me and Gamabunta beat up Shikaku? He runs past the group of assembled S-rank ninjas and jumps on the newly appeared Toad Sage. A.K. Get off me, kid. Jiraiya yells from under his godson. I didn't see, I was fighting Orochimaru's snake summons. That pussy can summon? Naruto sounds rather surprised. Sasuke is staring down Suigetsu, and Karen is chatting happily with Sakura. Jiraiya Sensei, says Nagato nervously. Jiraiya pushes Naruto off him and gets back to his feet. Nagato, he stares at Nagato. Then he sees Konan. Konan. I heard you were all dead. Well, we aren't. Yahiko is, says Nagato. It seems we have a lot of catching up to do. Wait. You guys know each other? Naruto says, looking from Jiraiya to Konan and Nagato and back again. To be continued.
Thank you for your views, likes, subscriptions, and overall support of my ongoing efforts to bring great content to all of you. Check out my Patreon for more mature fan fiction. The link is in the description and like everywhere on my channel.